Today, modern spans cross the river at this same point, carrying thousands daily. This is the lumber boom by the late 1850s. This view shows massive log rafts floating downstream. Each holds hundreds of pine trunks, guided by men with long poles. Mid-ground is chaos. Logs collide. Men leap from timber to timber. One misstep can mean drowning. Sawmills scream as blades cut endlessly. Sawdust fills the air, coating clothes and lungs. Lumber built Minneapolis. It framed houses, stores, and towns far beyond the city. But the work was brutal. Injuries were common. Deaths were rarely recorded in detail. Later, forests would thin. Milling would shift toward flour. Today, the lumber yards are gone. But their wealth laid the groundwork for what followed. This view shows Fort Snelling by the 1850s. Fort Snelling stands at the confluence of the Mississippi and Minnesota rivers. Limestone walls rise above the bluff. In the foreground, soldiers drill in formation. Smoke drifts from chimneys inside the fort. The fort enforces U.S. control in the region. It shapes trade, treaties, and movement. For native Dakota people, its presence represents loss and displacement. Especially after treaties in the 1850s and the events leading toward the U.S. Dakota War of 1862, the fort mattered as the seed of federal power here today. Fort Snelling still stands, preserved as a historic site. This is early Minneapolis housing by the mid-1850s. This view shows modest homes scattered along dirt roads. Frame houses with simple porches face the river. In the background, forests still press close. Chickens roam freely. Smoke curls from stovey pipes. Families share wells. Winters are long and punishing. Food preservation is essential. Disease spreads easily. Doctors are few, yet people stay. Believing in the city's future, these homes mattered because they anchored permanent settlement. Later, neighborhoods would expand rapidly. Today, little remains of these earliest structures, but their street patterns endure. This view shows Hennepin Avenue by the late 1850s. Hennepin Avenue begins to emerge as a central route. It is uneven, noisy, and crowded. Shops, boarding houses, and saloons line the road. Immigrants from Scandinavia and Germany arrive in growing numbers. Politics and religion mix openly. Churches rise alongside taverns. The tension between order and chaos is constant. This street mattered because it became the spine of the city today. Hennepin Avenue remains one of Minneapolis's most important corridors. This is the Flour Fucha by the end of the 1850s. Records suggest entrepreneurs begin experimenting with wheat milling. The falls promise endless energy. The sound of grinding stones joins the roar of water. This shift matters deeply. Flour will soon eclipse lumber, transforming Minneapolis into a global milling center. By the late 19th century, what we see here is the beginning. Today, the legacy of flour still shapes the city's identity. Looking at Minneapolis in the 1850s, the past feels surprisingly close. These were not distant, mythical people. They worried about weather, money, safety, and tomorrow. Just as we do. AI Reconstruction allows us to move through their world, to see it breathe again. Even briefly, if there's another city, moment, or scene you'd like me to explore, let me know in the comments. Again, thank you so much. Minneapolis in the 1850s was a place just beginning to awaken. It was not yet a great city, but it was already a crossroads, a frontier settlement shaped by water, timber, and ambition. Fewer than 10,000 people lived here by the middle of the decade, divided between two communities, Minneapolis on the West Bank and St. Anthony on the east. What pulled them together was the river in this video. I use modern AI tools to bring historic paintings, engravings, and prints to life, allowing us to shift perspective, change camera angles, and move through the same scenes in ways their original artists never could. These reconstructions let us step inside moments that once felt distant and still, and they reveal how quickly this place was changing. First, I want to talk about the river that made everything possible. This is St. Anthony Fallsby, the 1850s. This view shows the only natural waterfall on the entire Mississippi River. Water crashes over a limestone ledge, throwing mist into the cold air. In the foreground, broken ice floats past in spring. In the background, dense forest presses close to the riverbanks. The sound is constant and overwhelming, a deep roar heard miles away. Workers shout to be heard. Wagons creak as they approach. The falls, loaded with logs and grain. This was not just scenery, it was power. By 1848, sawmills had already taken root here. Water wheels turned day and night, cutting white pine into boards that would build the upper Midwest. The danger was real. Logs jammed. Workers slipped on wet planks. A single fall into the river could be fatal. The falls mattered because they created industry before railroads arrived. They turned wilderness into profit. Later, the falls would be reshaped by dams and canals. The natural ledge would disappear beneath concrete. Today, the river still flows here, carefully controlled. But the sound of rushing water remains, echoing the city's origin. This view shows the Mississippi River landing by the early 1850s. The river below the falls is crowded with activity. Steamboats line the muddy shore. Their tall smokestacks rise above. Warehouses and sheds. In the midground, men unload barrels of flour, tools, and cloth. Others roll kegs of pork and crates of supplies onto wooden docks. Horses snort and stamp uneasy on the slick planks. The air smells of wet wood, coal smoke, and river mud. Bells ring. Captains shout orders. The river is the city's highway, but it is also unpredictable. Spring floods swallow docks. Winter ice traps boats for months. Cholera outbreaks, common along river towns, move silently with travelers. This landing mattered because it connected Minneapolis to St. Louis, New Orleans, and the wider world. Later, railroads would reduce the river's dominance. Today, this stretch of river is quieter, but paths and parks follow the same curve, where steamboats once tied up. This is Main Street in St. Anthony by the 1950s. This view shows a narrow street running along the east bank. Wooden storefronts stand shoulder to shoulder. Signs hang crookedly above doors. In the foreground, a blacksmith's hammer rings against iron nearby. A general store displays barrels of nails and sacks of flour. Children run between wagons. The street is busy but rough. Mud clings to boots. Fires are a constant threat. One spark could erase an entire block. St. Anthony mattered because it was the older settlement. Founded in 1848. It held the mills and much of the early wealth. But competition with Minneapolis across the river was fierce. After years of rivalry, the two towns would merge in 1872. Today, parts of this area survive as historic districts, with stone and brick replacing wood. This view shows the suspension bridge by 1855. A fragile suspension bridge stretches across the Mississippi. Cables sag slightly. The deck sways underfoot. In the foreground, pedestrians move cautiously. Wagons cross one at a time. Below, the river churns relentlessly. This bridge connects Minneapolis and St. Anthony, both physically and politically. Without it, cooperation is nearly impossible. Wind is a constant enemy. Ice flows threaten the supports. Engineers worry every spring. The bridge mattered because it unified trade and movement. It pushed the two settlements toward becoming one city. Later, bridges would replace it, stronger and wider.